Hey, everybody, welcome to the Writing Warriors for Jesus Author Conference. This is our fourth year. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. So, as you can see in our studio, we have a couple of our WWJs with us this morning as we welcome everyone to our free virtual conference. And we have Ann Harrison and Tish Bouvier. I want you guys to introduce yourselves. So, Ann, let's start with you.
Okay, like Jen said, my name is Ann Harrison, and I am a budding children's author with a book that will be coming out next year. I'm also a poet and an editor in training, a professional writer, freelance writer, and I am a podcast host. My podcast is called Inspirational Journeys: Stories That Matter. If you want to search it out on your platform, and I'm also at Ann Writes Inspiration on YouTube, so that you can check out my channel for podcast episodes and interviews and stuff. So that's about me.
All right, Tish Bouvier, take it away.
Hey y'all, I'm a coffee enthusiast. I'm a storyteller writing my first cozy mystery. I'm also a haiku poet. I also motivate writers to push words forward on my YouTube channel with my Write With Me. And I'm a podcaster. So yeah, glad to be a part of WWJ, and I hope y'all enjoy our presentations for you all today.
And we have a swirly black screen up now because Ruth Seibert is joining us. Oh, there she is. Hey, Ruth.
Hear me okay?
Yes, we can
Yes.
hear you. Woo-woo. All right. Welcome to the WWJ 4th Annual Conference. We're so blessed to have you, Ruth. Ruth, Ann, and Tish are also presenting today. I'm also presenting, but Ruth, they've introduced themselves. Go ahead and tell them just a little about you.
Okay, so my name is Ruth Seibert, and I have been writing for about 3 years now, and I've been a part of the WWJs, I think about 2 years. It's been about 2 years. I come from a large family, and my older brother is a published author. So,
Love it. Oh,
All
we have
right.
someone else popping in. Love to see our studio filling up. There's Allie.
Hey
Allie
Allie.
likes to write. Allie's here. Allie, we've introduced everybody. Just go ahead and tell everyone who you are.
Okay, I'm Allison Hendricks, or Allie from Allie Likes to Write. I like to write kids' books and middle grade and some poetry and stuff like that. And I love the WWJs.
Yay, we love
Yay.
you too. We're so happy to have Allie here. She's also presenting today. Guys, we've got a packed show for everyone who is joining us for the first time. Our YouTube playlist is where you need to be. So I want to drop it in the chat and I want to screen share so I can show everyone. If you lose us, don't fear. You can find us again. We just found over years of doing this that the YouTube playlist was so easy. The first year we made it so super complicated. And Tish, what do we talk about? Like no stress, right?
No stress. We're just going with the flow today and fellowship.
Yes, it's about fellowship, fun, sharing how the Lord has moved in our lives, in our author world. And last year we started something brand new too. We said no titles, no descriptions. We actually don't want to know what our presenters are talking about. It's almost like Tish's cozy mystery. We're in our cozy pajamas. Who still has pajamas on? I can be honest, I do. Yay.
Actually put clothes on this morning.
Oh, wow, Tish.
I know, I
Cover
did
it up.
So, for those of us in the cozy world right now, Tish lives in the cozy mystery world, but we said, let us have a mystery. Let us just see what is revealed to us at each session, and we'll learn something from everyone. And it was so fun. Like, I had no clue what anybody was going to talk about, and we just kind of were hanging out and just learning about each other and our author worlds and following one another. That's what it's about. It's just about being together with like-minded folks who love Jesus, who love talking about writing, and here we are. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. Everything's banked on our channels. So speaking of channels, Tish Bouvier, talk about your channel and how we're going back and forth with each other today.
Well, yeah, we're gonna do first. I'm gonna do a presentation, opening presentation. I can't wait to share that with you all. And then we're gonna do Write With Me, 2 25-minute Pomodoro writing sprint, which encourage you to be productive in that short period of time with your word count. And we're gonna do 2 of those. And I'm also featuring Rose Cushion. She's a publisher. She's gonna be with us today. And Stephanie Cardell, who is an agent, a literary agent. So y'all be sure to get your questions together. And yeah, just put it out there in the chat and just be interactive with us today.
Yes, we love that. So what we want you guys to do is check out our playlist. It's going to be on my Jen Lowry Writes channel where we're welcoming at. And now Tish, each time that we have a session, we'll just drop this YouTube playlist back into the chat so that way anybody can find it again. So this is our welcome session. So that's why we're kind of like going over all the housekeeping and how this day is going to work. But once we get started, it is a 20-minute session and like 10 minutes for Q&A. Always know that you can ask questions for any of our presenters as they're going along. You don't have to wait till the end. You can drop them in the chat. Tish and I will be able to moderate that work for our authors and presenters that are going to be here. So we'll make sure that we follow back up with your questions and be able to showcase them for you. So it's just really relaxed day. Funny that I was studying the Bible app this morning. I took a screenshot of it. I shared it with Tish, and we were talking yesterday because Allie, you live close to me, and I don't know if you had a power outage with your internet. Did you have an internet outage Thursday? So
I don't think so.
And they were saying parts of Georgia were too, but on Thursday we had no internet, Ruth. It completely wiped us out. And I was telling Tish yesterday, well, what happens if this happens? And what happens if this happens? And this doesn't share a screen. So Allie, if your screen doesn't share, that's okay. And Anne, when we're together, if something happens and there might be a little lag, guess what? It's gonna be
Okay.
We're just gonna pray and ask, and we're gonna pray away and rebuke the tech demons, because I will tell you, at the Write His Answer conference last week, we had all kinds of problems.
But the thing is how do you approach any situation, right? We have to do it with love and understanding for each other and not get so stressed out and worked up. We are not in a spirit of fear. We are just here to celebrate what the Lord's done for us and just have some time just to say, hey guys, welcome to writing, or where are you at your writing journey? And maybe you can learn something along the way. And Tish, we've got somebody you know, and we all know in the chat this morning. I just shared this. Yeah, good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
Oh, wow. I was just going to say, God's got this, so we need to trust. Don't rush.
Yes, exactly. And so guys, just know that no matter like how the conference goes today, our good intention is that every session is going to be on point. It's not going to have any tech issues, but we're also realistic and we don't stress about it. Do y'all see any stress on my face? Like,
no.
And can you hear me smiling right now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, we honestly have to be that way. Like, we have to be that way when we approach a blank page, or we carry in this negative energy around us that's just trying to block our flow, right? And we're just like you said, Anne, we're rebuking any of that negative energy.
Oh yeah.
And we just want to have a positive time today. So I'm feeling really excited. A funny thing happened, and Anne is like my calendar. So raise your hand in this studio if you guys have a busy life.
Yeah.
Now raise your hand in this studio if you have a calendar and you follow it.
I have one, but don't follow it.
Wait a minute. You didn't raise your hand, Allie, but did you say me?
I said meh.
Meh. Yes.
Yeah.
Anne was the only one that raised her hand. And Anne, I love you so much because Well, I need a calendar and can't always be there to say, Jen, what are you doing? Until the day I double book myself. And today is one of those days for the WWJ conference. And from 2 to 3 today, you guys might see me disappear a little bit. And that's okay because we've got Tish. And it was hilarious because when Anne saw it online on social media, she messaged me and she said, Jen, what are you doing? And I'm thinking, oh Lord, what have I done? And she called me and she said, why did you schedule a Monarch event on the day of the WWJ conference? And I went, oh. And I said, well, it's from 2 to 3. Let's see what's happening from 2 to 3. And guess what? It was Tish's time.
Nice.
It was a break. And we have a break until like 3:15 when we go back in for the Write With Me with Tish. And I said, oh, it's okay.
Yep.
So today, if you guys don't see me in the chat, just know that we're having 2 events today and busy lives. Sometimes we have to just make room for things and push them in, but a calendar helps. So the first tip of the day is to pray for positive space as you are in your writing space. And 2, keep a calendar. Another tip.
Another tip.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a little teaser about my presentation. If you have an artistic gift, if you have a gift of a craft that you're doing aside from writing, do that to alleviate stress.
Oh, yes. We're talking stress management. Yes.
It's not just crochet and pray for my friend and me. It's crochet and obey.
Oh, so look here. Cindy is
like
here. Good morning. Just popping in. Happy to see writers connecting. Can't stay long. Hope you all have a wonderful conference. Cindy, it's so great to see you. We're so thankful for you, Cindy. Cindy's an author. We love you. All right. We have another author here, Jean Hall. Good morning from Kentucky.
Oh,
A
wow.
wonderful 70 degrees.
Ooh,
Allie, tell them
that's
about
a
our weather
nice-
here. Allie, weather here?
The weather here?
Pretty hot lately, right?
Oh, yes. Crazy. It's supposed to be cooler today, but yeah.
Yes. Tish, and all that heat wave in Texas, what?
It's awful. It's
Yes.
horrible.
So I love that you placed that you're from Kentucky. I'm from North Carolina. I figured when you keep hearing me say Allie here, Allie down the road, Allie, you can tell where you're from. Easy. Allie, you're from?
Oh, sorry, North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina also.
Yes. All right, Ruth. Shout out your state.
Alabama.
Go, Tish.
Texas.
I already said it. Tish from Texas. Easy to
I'm a
know.
Georgia girl.
Yep, Ann is a Georgia girl. And oh, Jean said she lived near Charlotte for 25 years. Oh, wow, Jean. Okay, so you're like 2.5 hours maybe from where we are. Ain't that right,
Ooh.
Allie? About 2.5?
That's about right.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
3.
Another tip, we got to remember Pooja's tip, stay hydrated.
Yes.
Stand up and stretch.
Oh, so Ruth, you got water beside you? We have coffee. Who else has another?
I
Yeah.
just had my coffee a little while ago, but I might
Ruth
get
is ready. Ruth is the only one that's listened to Pooja, which means Pooja Chillicurry is one of our author friends. We're giving her a special shout out. Guys, also take breaks and exercise a little bit. Stand up and do some stretches. Watch your posture as you're in front of a screen. No, it really matters. You can wear yourself out. And if you need blue light glasses, get those things because that also can help you. So great tip, Tish. So we're talking
dance parties.
Say it
Dance
again,
parties are
Allie.
a fun little break. We do dance parties, me and Molly. My daughter Molly.
Aw.
That's what we do.
So just know that any break is not going to be live recorded. You won't see me today. Nobody will come back to the WWJ conference ever again. I would scare the world. All right, another tip. Who's got one?
A big
Ruth
pot of coffee.
Ruth is looking around. She's trying to come up with a tip.
Okay,
Yeah,
one for me, what I would say is give yourself time to process everything. don't rush
Wow.
in from one to the conference to something else without reflecting in your journal like I did last week. I
Ah,
had trouble focusing on an editing project that I'm doing. And then I had journaled about the conference I attended last week. And then I was able to focus, do strong focus, you know.
I love that tip. So if you don't
Mhm.
have a journal beside you, maybe you need to go grab one as we are transitioning from our welcome session to our first session with Tish, because golden nuggets live in every single
Mhm.
session. When we have our believers together sharing life, love, and all about books, you're going to write something down from each session. I know it happened last year for me. I'm going ahead and predicting it again, that the Holy Spirit is going to work in this place. And the words that our presenters have to say are going to be a blessing for everyone. So love that tip. Get a journal. Anybody got a journal beside them?
No, I
Yep,
have
I got
Right.
I
mine.
don't.
but
I've got
another,
three.
Wait, me and Allie match. Allie, is yours
Did we?
purple? Is yours
It was
purple?
pink, and then I got this one. Wait, hold on. There we go.
Love that one. Beauty. Tish, let me see your journal.
I have my black one, my black bullet
Huh.
journal.
Nice. Yeah, she's the bullet journal queen. Ruth,
Mm. Yeah.
journal.
No. I
Say,
almost did.
don't feel bad. I'm not a calendar person, so I am a journal person. I got
Yeah.
to get better at my calendar. And honestly, y'all, there's calendars in here. I actually have calendars printed
Oh,
from Canva
nice.
that I made with like life things that happen too. Our powwow schedule and all that good
Mhm.
stuff. So I know, and I didn't look at the calendar, Ann.
I would recommend that you do. The reason I recommend you do Google Calendar is because it will ding at you on your phone.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you, Ann.
Mhm.
So, Ann, are you going to have a notes section up on your computer? Or are you just going to listen to learn and then later go back and take notes?
I
How's
may
your
go back and
process?
take notes later because everything comes through so fast. I do
Mhm.
want to tell you though, and I think you can still do this on YouTube, but if somebody leaves their contact information in the chat as part of the network, copy copy those chat um things like that, and then put them in a notes file. I know when I did conferences on Zoom, we were able to save the chat. I still got to go through a lot of those, but do copy those the information that you get, like contact information for people you want to connect with, or if you find golden nuggets in the chat, copy those and put those in your notes, because that's going to help you too. You don't have to just try to scramble to write all the notes and all the things. Just copy notes that, little golden nuggets that are left in the chat.
And if you have your phone, just take a snapshot, and then you can
Oh,
go back and
see,
transcribe
that's
it.
a good one too. And it's live and it's
Mhm.
banked and it's on our channels and it's never going away. There is no fee ever for a WWJ conference. And you can even go back after today and you say, wow, we had some great presenters today. Who did they have last year and the year before and the year before?
Right.
And you can go back and check our playlist and see all of the different conference presenters and just continue to grow and learn. Oh, Stephanie Cardell is here. She is a literary agent that is joining us later. We love you, Stephanie. Stephanie is absolutely amazing to work with. She is such a light, which is obviously why she named her literary agent Lighthouse. I mean, seriously. She said she had to create a channel to chat. Well, welcome, Stephanie. I'm glad you now have a YouTube channel.
Right.
You can use YouTube for good. She said she's been watching and she'll be popping in and out all day. She said Tennessee had a great weather week, but we're going back to oppressive heat this week. Oh no, Stephanie, stay cool. Oh, she's got a tip. My tip is to take a walk. I
Yeah.
walk and pray and clear my head. It refreshes my brain and my spirit. Anne knows all about that.
Yes.
Anne
Not
loves to walk.
not just to walk. I mean, I like to walk, yes, but when it's really hot, I just go sit on my swing or on my steps. Sometimes I like to get outside in nature, and when it's not oppressively hot, and pray and just give myself a chance to brainstorm. But when it's really hot, I struggle to find my quiet space.
So, Stephanie, if you haven't heard, Allie's tip is for her and her sweetheart Molly to have dance offs. Do you guys challenge each other to dance offs? Do y'all just dance party together?
We usually dance party together, but every once in a while she'll get all cheeky and decide she wants to have a dance off. And that's really fun because she's got some good moves. I do not, but it's really fun.
And you guys love costuming and dressing up, and I love following your journeys, everybody's journeys on social media, because we just get snapshots of who we are, what we enjoy. You know, yes, we're all about Jesus. We're all about books. We have families. We have jobs. We are like in school, Ruth. I mean, we've got so many. We're homeschoolers. We're everywhere all the time. And so I just really believe that it's important that people connect with us and just say, hey, who are these people? Like, yes, we all have books or projects that we're working on, or we love to share book reviews and things that inspire us. But just know that we're humans. We're here. We're not, we want to connect. We really love meeting people. We really love engaging with our audiences. So one of the tips I say to you, like Anne said, save emails or save any type of link trees that are going to be shared today. And I really would love it if you could just reach out to people too. Send them an email and say, your session encouraged me, or I love that tip. Here's my tip, and share one of your author tips with one of our presenters. I'm sure that I'm speaking for all presenters, but they would love for you to reach out to them and give them just some positive messages of hope and faith. And what you're working on matters to us too, so we can pray for you. Let us know how we can pray for you. Stephanie said that she loves it. She's a former dance teacher.
Oh.
So, Allie, there you go. You and Molly might have to shake some moves for Stephanie later, and
We'll see.
we'll see.
Maybe I'll get another cup of coffee and we'll see.
Hey, and another thing, another tip: be bold, right? Let's see a raise of hands of how many of us are introverted authors here.
Somewhat.
Oh, Ruth is not introverted. Ruth, tell us how you do it, because
Well, I'm more of like a shy extrovert, but I don't know. I'm not super introverted. Like it doesn't. I don't know. I just like people sometimes. So.
and sometimes, like Ian said, I can get overwhelmed in a space, right? And it's just because I'm like, oh, I want to hide behind the screen,
I know. And then you get done peopling.
and then I get to the point where I understood there was a time in my life where it would have been very hard for me to talk about my own books. And sometimes it may still be. I love to talk about my monarchs. I'll talk about them all day long, my publishing company and my authors. I can't wait to share about Monarch with all of you during my session. But we also have to share about what we're up to too, because it's a part of who we are as authors. And if we can't be bold and talk about Jesus in spaces, if we can't be bold and talk about our work and how, not only does it help us, like it helps me, like my work helps me with mental health. Like it is such a powerful mediator to be an author and sharing a gift. And like Anne said, if you craft whatever your creative art or talent is, this is a way for us to be able to channel and to be able to serve the Lord. In my opinion, it's like a mission field. When the Lord gives us the calling, it's to be bold and go after it.
Right.
So my tip for you is do not be afraid of the blank page, and always share your voice for Jesus and see what happens. Like just jump in. How many of you guys have had a blank page come to life and you go, wow, how did that happen?
Again, another tip.
All the time.
I'm going to do it in two different ways for some of you that may not get it. And Habakkuk 2:2 says, right, and I'm not going to read the whole verse, but the one part of the verse that really stood out to me is write the vision and make it plain. What that means is write his answer.
Love it. Love it. All right. My bell is about to go off. Oh, look, here we have a if you think you might be an introvert, read Quiet. I have that book. Gene, I have Quiet. The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking by Susan Cain. There's our first
Oh,
recommendation. I actually have Quiet. I just
hey,
need to what, Gene?
Oh yeah.
I need to read it. Guess what? We're going to keep timers. We're going to have them go off. If you hear the bell, that's like a 5 minute that we can transition you guys out of a session, close everything up. I see that Molly has joined us this morning.
hey,
Hey,
sweetie.
Hi,
Molly.
Molly.
It's so great to see you, dear. Welcome to our WWJ conference. We're so happy you're here. So, guys, we are now going to the playlist. We are now going to go and have Tish lead a session. You guys are going to love to hear what Tish Bouvier has to say because I always am entertained by Tish. Tish, you make my heart smile. Absolutely adore you. Thank you for all your support today and us going back and forth on our channels. So, I've got my journal here, and I didn't have anything to write with because I left my pen downstairs. So my first thing, I'm actually writing down that I need to read Quiet.
That's what I'm writing down.
That's what you're writing too?
I'm gonna have to go back
Yep.
and look at the chat and get that book out of the chat and try to grab it because I mean I can be extroverted like in a space like this, but when I'm around people and God's calling me to go and be around people next year possibly, I can be a bit introverted.
All right. So I think it's a really great idea. I'm glad Jean did this. And this is why when we have spontaneous conferences like this, nothing's planned.
Mhm.
I want to challenge everybody at each session today. And I know a lot of people might not be here right now because it's early. People will be popping in and out at the sessions. But drop in a recommended clean read that you guys love. Just make it a clean read. And if it's for K-12 audiences, say it's for that audience. If it's for adults, let people know it's for mature audiences, but it's still a clean read. So I would love that today. So now I'm putting something in my journal to say, remind me to drop in a clean read in the chat so we can just blow those chats up with a clean read. So at each session, that challenges us to share books we love. Because if we're having 13 sessions, I bet you guys could think about books you love.
Mhm.
Oh, he said, I'm confused. It's my first time. How do I find the playlist? Okay, so here we go. I can see this. I'm going to go ahead and find the playlist. I have it pulled up, guys, always, so I can just copy and paste it. I would encourage all of you to have it up somewhere so you can just paste it into the chat for folks. I've just got the playlist. It's on my channel. Tish is going in 2 minutes. So what you're going to do is you're going to pop over to Tish Bouvier's channel. It's going to be between mine and her channel all day. And you can go ahead and like it, subscribe to us while you guys are there. You'll be able to easily find us again. And you will just hit the next session and join us and have a good time. So, Jean, if for some reason if you guys, I'll put in my email too throughout the day. If you guys get like lost and say, okay, I really need to find it. Jean, I think you have my email, but I just dropped it in the chat for anybody else. Y'all can email me. It'll come in through my phone and I can just shoot you a direct link to the playlist too. So we've done this for years and we just found that the playlist was the easiest way to keep up with life. All right, guys. Tish, I'll see you in a second. We're closing out, everybody.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
See you later.
Welcome.